It's a slow news day, lads. Whatever am I going to talk about? Colonisation by the British, luckiest thing to happen to Australia, John Howard. Steady on, Grandad. Steady on. I think I've just got a bit of blood in it. Right, brilliant story. John Howard, if you don't know, is the former Prime Minister of Australia, and obviously he's old, so obviously he's based. Let's read the BBC's version of events and allow them to tell us, regale us as to why a people that hadn't even managed to invent the wheel in 50,000 years were doing great until Johnny Whiteman came along. Let's see what was so fantastic about knowing nothing about penicillin, germ theory, basic sanitation, or yes, the wheel. I want to know what was so fantastic about Australia. What have you people got against tyres? What have you got against them? Even Ayrton Senna's family don't dislike tyres as much as these woke lunatics do. Colonisation was the luckiest thing that happened to Australia, the nation's second longest serving PM, John Howard, has said. His remarks were made in relation to a historic referendum due to take place this year on Indigenous recognition. If successful, the vote will change Australia's constitution to give First Nations peoples a greater say over the laws and policies that affect them. Alright, yeah, and if it's successful, let's say, right, you can make your own country, lads, but we actually are separating. Yeah, it's the same with Scotland and the SNP. You lads have your own country, 100% behind it, but you get not one penny off me, off the taxpayers south of the border. Nout, zip. And when the SNP go all in with their commie propaganda and start seizing the means of production, Hadrian's Wall gets 10 feet higher, is manned by 20,000 pissed off Geordies armed with broom shanks with boxing gloves taped on the end, because we don't want to kill our former brothers and sisters from Great Britain, but just broom shanks, boxing gloves, How are man? Get off his wall. Get off his wall, man. And then you can go and eat the penguins in Edinburgh Zoo and the grass and whatever else commies get to eat. I mean, we've all seen what happened to Venezuela, one of the most oil-rich countries in the world, and they're having rat kebabs because everybody knows commies are even worse with money than drunk sailors on shore leave. So you lads have your own country, but don't come whinging when you want money off Whitey, who's paying his taxes, doing all the menial jobs. The debate has seen a surge of divisive commentary. Speaking to the Australian newspaper about the upcoming vote, Mr. Howard described colonisation as inevitable. Yeah, so he can read. That already makes him cleverer than 50% of Australians, doesn't it? Well, 100% of the woke, and on a base standard with everybody else. I do hold the view that the luckiest thing that happened was being colonised by the British. They weren't perfect by any means, but they were infinitely more successful and beneficent colonisers than other European countries. Even Gandhi said that. Gandhi. Is Gandhi a white supremacist as well, is he? Gandhi, has he got a problem with native people, has he? If you've ever read any long books, you know this is true. The French did a lot more shagging and a lot less building. The Spanish did a lot more looting and, well, not much else. That's why the Spanish and the Frogs went bankrupt and the Britons ruled the Age of Sail. The Frogs went bankrupt and had their glorious revolution followed by the terror, and everybody died and starved and got butchered, and the Spaniards had no money at all. So of the big three, Britain was the best. Everybody knows it who's ever read a history book. And who else are you going to pick from? One of the smaller ones? Oh, the Belgians. Google Belgians in the Congo and enjoy the grotesque Hellraiser-style images that Google will furnish your desktop computer with. Just make sure you don't do a Gary Glitter and take it into PC World afterwards, yeah? He also predicted the Voice of Parliament initiative would fail to pass, leaving a new cockpit of conflict. The voice vote in the first referendum since 1999 was announced by Prime Minister Anthony Albanese at the start of 2023. Yeah, well, it's more total nonsense. I'll put the whole story for you to read. There's no point. It's more commie gibberish. Tony Blair's same old routine. pretend you're giving people a voice when you aren't. All you're doing is sowing discord and unity and making a rod for your own back. If it passes, it will completely balls up Australia, and everybody with 2 brain cells to rub together knows it. But that's just what I think. Do you think you know more than John Howard, the second longest serving Prime Minister of Australia? I bet you do, if you read The Guardian. I bet you do. So come at me, bro. Tell me what you think. If you don't disagree, because you're sensible, like it and share it. And I'll see you all very soon. Thanks for watching. Cheers.